All right, this is all from women this week, and I got to tell you something. They really, really take it to the next level, and yeah. All right, let's just get on with this. All right, and this one I'm not going to tell the street. There's a couple of names and street names in here. I don't want to get anybody in trouble, so here we go. Bill, this story is actually not mine, but I was a participant. You know what? I'm going to say the names because I'm not going to try to fucking remember fake names. I'm just not going to say the name of the street. All right. Right after I graduated from college, I moved to... Okay, I can't say that. My roommates were still college students, and sometimes their friends, which were also my friends, we all went to the same college. They'd stay over. One of our friends, Jess, who still lived in the dorm, was having problems with her roommate, Gail. Her roommate knew she had an eating disorder and was spreading rumors about her, writing things on her mirror like, "You're fat." We let Jess stay at our apartment, and we started to plot revenge. One of the things we did was crank call Gail. So in case you got lost in that, I guess Jess is the anorexic one, and Gail is the cunt. All right? Okay, let's continue on. One of the things we did was crank call Gail. We used the voice from my roommate's Mac computer and typed out some evil shit. This definitely made Jess feel better, and I guess inspired her to pull the ultimate revenge. Jess was a teen model before she went to college. This is the anorexic girl. While in college, she worked at a high-scale salon on something street. Shortly after we crank called Gail, Jess ran into Gail's boyfriend after work. According to Jess, she brought Gail's boyfriend back to their dorm room, fucked him in Gail's bed, and then called Gail right after to tell her all the details. Jess ended up staying in our apartment the rest of the semester and bought us a $200 bottle of champagne to celebrate the act of revenge. At the time, I thought Gail got what she deserved, but in hindsight, it made me realize that women are evil, manipulative bitches. Yes, many women hate being called fat, but it never ceases to amaze me that what women will do to other women to get back at them. Wow. You know what I mean? They take it to that level. I don't know who deserved what in that story, but I think the real winner is Gail's boyfriend. You know, you ever wonder that? If you're a guy, you ever wonder if any girl was fucking you out of revenge just to get somebody back, you know? I don't think that's ever happened to me. I don't live that exciting a life, but I can't imagine. What do you say is the guy? Is she sitting there banging you? Yeah, that'll show her. Flip over, and I'll bust it on your face. You really taught her a lesson. Hey, anytime you want to teach her a lesson again, just let me know. I'm really down with you. I understand your point here, and I think you're very justified. You know what really drive the point home is if you let me bang you again. You know, and if you really want to get the ultimate revenge, you'd let me put it in your ass. You know, I'm just throwing these ideas out there. I mean, this is your world. You know, I'm just here to help. Okay, so that's revenge story number one. And I can see, you know what it is? It's not that she fucked the girl's boyfriend. It's that she called her up and told her about it. You know, that's one of the advantages of women is for the most part, they don't have to worry about the other woman coming over and just beating the shit out of her. Because as a guy, if you ever tried to get back at another guy and you banged his girlfriend, you'd never call the dude. Because I don't even care if you could beat the guy in a fight on a normal basis. You know what I'm saying? The level of anger that he would have, I think he'd still win. Right? Does that make any sense? All right, let me plow ahead. Jesus, we're already up to 31 minutes. Let me get through these here. All right. Hey, Bill. Here's my story of revenge. Everybody knows that women hate other women, and I have a great story about women's revenge. I was roommates with two other women in college. One was very average looking, and one was very beautiful. The type of beautiful that makes all the other girls around her hate her. She got whatever she wanted throughout her life because of it. Guys, money, grades, you name it. And she was a bitch. She used everyone around her and was never said no to. So I was casually dating a guy and brought him back to my house, and both my roommates were there. We hung out with them for a while, and everything was cool. I didn't notice anything unusual. A few weeks later, I hear from a mutual friend that my roommate, I guess the hot one, was out with my guy. After seriously interrogating my guy, he finally spills his guts and tells me the truth. I would have loved to have seen that. Guys are the worst liars ever. No, I wasn't doing anything. Fucking 12 seconds later, all right, you got me. I was fucking her. Anyways, he goes, the hot girl had bumped into her boyfriend on campus one day, and I guess they hit it off and started seeing each other behind my back. Naturally, I dump his ass, but I'm so much more pissed at her. I kind of read that weird, so it's her boyfriend. Okay, so anyways, I come up with a brilliant plan to get my revenge on her and enlisted my other roommates for help. She agrees because all average girls secretly hate pretty girls. This is really eye-opening about the psycho inner worlds of women. This is like an HBO undercover. So anyways, here's that revenge. We had an advantage because the hot girl, she drank a lot and would get ripped almost every other night. And I mean really, really ripped. We'd wait until she so one night, we waited until she got loaded one night, and it was the most wasted I have ever seen her. It was like all the stars were in line for our plan. She had beautiful, long, corn silk hair. Uh-oh, here we go. Here we go. She had beautiful, long, corn silk hair. It was straight off the ass of a golden retriever. I bought 2 boxes of black hair dye, and after she passes out, we start in. I really wanted to make a statement, so I part her hair down the middle and only dye half of her head. Jesus Christ. After I start, I turn into this crazy dye-hungry freak. I couldn't stop myself. I started dyeing any part of her body that I could find. I did her eyebrows, the peach fuzz on her chin and lip, her fingers, and her arms. I'm embarrassed to say that we even dyed a lightning bolt in her pubic hair. The funny part was that she kept waking up telling us to leave her alone, but we kept going. Jesus, this sounds like a fucking date rape story. It's just that it's women, so I guess, is it still funny? Anybody else getting creeped out here? Let's continue here. Of course, we were too lazy to wash it out, so we just go to sleep and leave the black hair dye on our roommate for about 7 hours. I wake up the next day to her in a towel. Her hair was soaking wet, and she was beating the shit out of me with a shampoo bottle. It was fucking hysterical. The dye had stained her skin along with her hair, so she had dark brown patches all over her face and body. She looked like the bastard child of Cruella de Vil and Richard Grieco. I don't know who that is. I was so proud of my work. You would think that I got my revenge, but this is a story about her revenge on me. This is a fucking long one here. This plot twist. She actually called the cops, and they fucking came and arrested my roommate and me. The evidence was stacked against us because our hands and arms were also stained with black hair dye. Her bed, where the crime was committed, was covered in black dye. It looked like an octopus had been raped in there. She tried to charge us with sexual assault. Pubic hair lightning bolt. Yeah, you pull somebody's pants down and start dyeing their genitals, or at least the area, yeah, you're going to get in trouble. So anyways, after spending all day in the police station, we were finally let out and the charges were dropped. But when we got back to the house, we were greeted by campus security, and our parents were there too. Trying to explain to your dad why you dyed some other girl's pubic hair, not fun. The fucking bitch got us kicked out of the house and we were put on strict probation. It was a big deal. We literally almost got kicked out of school. The worst part was when we were moving out of the house about a week later, she shows up with my ex-boyfriend and she looks amazing. She had dyed the rest of her hair black and cut it in this cute short bob style and waxed off all the body hair. She was as beautiful as ever. And then she writes in capital letters, cunt. I felt like such an ass, like there was no way to get back at this bitch. I guess my life isn't over, so someday I will get her back. I'll make sure to fill you in. Okay. Well, I know you haven't asked my advice, but I think you should just let that one go there, sweetheart. I think You know? Sometimes you just got to say fuck it. Isn't that unbelievable? I mean, reverse that, and if you did that as a guy, if you did that same thing as a guy, you would literally be in a prison shower right now with half a mop handle trying to fight off 5 rapists. But if, you have a vagina, you just get kicked out of your house. It's fucking incredible. I used to do a bit about that shit, how having a vagina just keeps you out of jail. You know? Like you ever see when a mob boss gets arrested? They never take the wife. She doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Oh, I just thought he was a baker. I thought he was really, really good at making cookies, and that's why I had 20 furs and lived in a mansion. You knew what the fuck he was doing, And you spent all that blood money, and you don't end up fucking going to jail. It's there's something about it. They just don't. Remember that movie Monsters Ball? Not Monsters Ball. Monster. Where they literally turned a serial killer into this sympathetic fucking person. I just, Yeah, you had a rough childhood, You got molested. What, who didn't? Go write some fucking jokes. You don't get a gun and start shooting fucking people. And if you do, you go to jail. That movie was the worst fucking movie ever with those cartoon male characters that they had in that. Did you remember that part where she goes in to apply for the law office job or something? She comes in there looking like this strung out hooker, and somehow she's not ushered right out of the fucking office. She actually gets in to the lawyer's office, and he's just like, let me tell you something, you fucking skank. He's like this over the top. I really hated that fucking movie. And I hate when beautiful actresses don't wear makeup, and then everybody falls all over themselves and talks about how brave it is. It was so brave. It was so brave. All right, let's continue on here. All right, let me read the last one here. Bill, for the past 2 weeks, I have made my girlfriend listen to your podcast. Incidentally, she loves it. This past week, she told me about how she got revenge on her ex-boyfriend. Oh, this one is brutal. And it's very, there's no fat on this one. This one's great because she doesn't get caught. There's nothing. I don't want to ruin it here, but just listen to this. After their messy breakup, she logged onto their shared JetBlue account. They're going out, evidently they're taking trips, so they got this JetBlue account, and evidently they both had the password. So she logs onto it, and she saw that the douchebag and his new girlfriend had booked a vacation. Well, on the morning of their scheduled trip, she logged on and canceled the flight. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that must have been for them? Anyways, she never saw any activity on the account again. I thought that this was pretty funny. A lot more subtler than keying someone's car like a little bitch. And whatever that other moron... Wait, I'm reading this wrong. And whatever that other moron girl did on the other week's podcast. Wow, man, that is dirty pool right there. If the guy cheated on you, yeah, I can see that. But if you just had a messy breakup, that's vindictive. It's fucked up. A lot of these things are really fucked up. That dyeing that girl's pubic hair, that's really, you need a hobby at that point. All right, why don't I stop judging people? I asked for your fucking revenge stories, and now I'm judging you. All right.